What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Death of the Asia. You can't whoop me edition. The world is a hot mess, y'all. It's been so much going on the internet. Trey and Zero done got the fighting. Um, Aries Spears done attack Lizzo for absolutely no reason. It's just so much going on the internet right now. It's just utterly ridiculous. But the main thing we want to talk about tonight is Aries Spears, the comedian Aries Spears, going on to some podcast show, doing an interview, being asked a question about Lizzo's music and using that opportunity to body shame her unwarranted. So Aries Spears go on this podcast and he was asked about Lizzo's music. Well, basically it was a statement made. The interviewer was like, somebody who makes some really good music. And the interviewer said Lizzo. So Aries Spears, he had that stank look on his face like Lizzo. And he goes on to say, oh, I can't get past the way that she looks. She's built like the doo-doo emoji. Start calling the girl mashed potatoes and just saying all types of ridiculous stuff about her. Body shaming the way that she looks, talking about she's cute, just built bad. Here's the thing. Aries Spears is big and he looks bad. He's highly unattractive, right? There's nothing about Aries Spears that reads, come give me that dick. Nothing about him that reads that, right? And it's real funny, like he's dealing with this reverse body dysmorphia where he's sitting there on this platform and using the opportunity to talk down on her unwarranted. Now, granted, y'all know I drags Lizzo for fifth when she's doing something that's utterly ridiculous. Here's the thing with Lizzo, right? Lizzo has been minding her business. If y'all been following me long enough, then y'all know there are three people that get on my nerves in the industry. That's Lizzo, Chloe Bailey, and Lil Nas X. And the only reason why they get on my nerves is because I think they're super talented, but they always be doing something gimmicky that takes away from their talent. And a lot of people will look at what Lizzo does and make it seem like she's going too far because of her size. I've never had an issue with Lizzo because of her size. Of course, I'm going to have an issue with Lizzo because of her size, and I'm fat too. It's just a matter of you're very talented and you don't want those gimmicks to overshadow your talent. And some of the things that she do, it's okay to flaunt your body. It's okay to show some skin. But in the manner in which she does it, it doesn't make her look good. That's the only thing I be having a problem with. Like when she wore that shower curtain to Cardi B's party. If you're gonna show your body, that's fine, but wear the clothes that becomes you. If you're gonna have some stomach and some rolls out, that's cool. But just have a well put together outfit on like everybody else does. You don't have to just be throwing something together or just be like, oh, I'm just in your face with it or anything. Just be regular. Just put your shit on and just flaunt your stuff or whatever. You don't have to be gimmicky with it. That's my only issue with Lizzo. Is the girl talented? Undeniably. You cannot take that away from her. You cannot take that away from her. She's definitely talented. The type of music that she makes, it's definitely gonna stand the test of time. She makes that music that I know that we're gonna hear for years and years from now. We're gonna hear it all throughout the mall, all throughout the commercials, and everything like that. I did not like Aries Spears getting on that platform, dragging that woman like that for no reason. I can see if she had did something like going to the game with her whole ass out with the baboon short song. I could see if she was doing something like that, but she wasn't doing it. She's not doing anything, and she's not gonna lose weight based on people dragging her. And the thing is, if people are really concerned about somebody being big, then why stress them out? Because you never know. She might be an emotional eater or something like that. And why are people so concerned with the size of somebody else? That has absolutely nothing to do with you. And people be trying to use this rhetoric like Aries Spears did. When Aries Spears attacked Lizzo, people started to attack him. And they was using the same type of things against him. His size and his aesthetic and everything like that was being used against him. Because let's be very clear, when you look at Aries Spears, his whole aesthetic gives diabetes. Everything about Aries Spears look like diabetes, down to his size, down to it ain't even his weight, because you can't look at somebody and see their health. But one thing about it is certain things that'll come out in a person's skin where you'll be able to see that they are dealing with something internally. One of the biggest signs of diabetes is those dark marks and those high pigmentation spots that people be getting on the side of their eyes and on their neck and everything like that. Aries Spears got that. Then he got this snub nose and this cleft mouth, and it's giving sleep apnea. You could look at him and tell that he has a very, very hard time with breathing. Just the way his, like this, all of this is just kind of like shot up like this right here, like he sucked his thumb. It's giving sleep apnea. It's giving diabetes. But you want to talk about this woman, and from what I know, Lizzo doesn't suffer from any health issues, from what I know. And you want to sit here and talk about this woman. Then when people drag you, you want to say, "Oh, you aware that you big, and you're not trying to celebrate being big, and you're concerned about heart problems, hypertension, diabetes, and things like that." If that's your concern, quit trying to watch somebody else's health. Why don't you lose some weight if that's actually your concern? And he tried to make it seem like women or people who went after him for attacking Lizzo they're bitter. And he like, y'all just sitting up here, y'all trying to use these things to attack me, call me big, call me ugly, but I get pussy. Anybody could get some pussy or some dick. That's nothing. That's nothing. Dude, you're a comedian. You're a familiar face. That's not hard to do for someone like you, even though you look like you look. You get what I'm saying? I just didn't like it. I wasn't here for it. I used to be a huge fan of Aries Spears. Actually, Aries Spears was one of my favorite comedians up until he ended up getting slapped that time outside of that show, and he didn't do nothing about it. They treated him like a whole bitch out here. And when he did that, he didn't man up. He didn't take care of his business. I had a problem with Aries Spears ever since then. So he's super talented too. But I couldn't get down throughout the years. It's different little things that he would do. And it seems like he's chasing clout that he didn't have to chase, because he's someone that is talented as well. I'm gonna get an interviewer a piece too, because I do feel though it was a setup. I do feel it was a setup, because y'all know how people try to talk about Lizzo, and I don't even understand why people just unnecessarily just shoot shots at her. It one of them housewives were on Watch What Happens Live, and it was a picture of Lizzo, and she had to guess who the person was, and she gonna say that's Precious. You know that's not Precious. Come on now, stop playing. So this interviewer at mentioned Lizzo's music. Of all the people music you could mention, you mentioned Lizzo's music. You was setting him up so he could say something silly, so you could get a viral moment, knowing he's a comedian, and knowing how they be. So he just went out his mouth saying something crazy to get that moment. I did not appreciate that. That was not cool at all. Quit using Lizzo as the butt of y'all jokes, because for what? What's the point? What's the purpose of using this girl as the butt of jokes? There's plenty of other things to talk about. If you got to sit there and use this one particular person that's not doing anything, she's minding her business, she's not in the media for any foolishness. If you have to bring her up as a butt of your joke, it's not even funny anymore. Like, to me at this point, I'm gonna tell you something. Fat jokes really are not that funny anymore. It's just unoriginal. It's low hanging fruit. You're stating the obvious. I had somebody the other day, they got mad at me. They in the comments telling me about how I need to go to the gym. I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm tired. Fuck out of here. You get what I'm saying? And when I get ready and I feel like it, I might go, or whatever the case may be. But it's like the first thing that you say when you see somebody that's heavy set is you're fat. We knew we was fat before you said it. So what's the I don't understand the humor in it. I really don't. Just calling somebody fat, I don't get the humor in it. That's not original. It's nothing funny about that. I'm from Memphis, and we check. And I could talk about you like a dog, and I ain't even got to mention anything about your body size at all. I could talk. You could have on a t-shirt that I don't like, and I can drag you for filth just talking about your t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't even entertaining when people be like, "Oh, you fat. Oh, you built like a, a doo doo emoji and all of that." Get out of here with that. Aries Spears don't look like nothing at all, and it be the guys that are actually unattractive. That regardless of the size that you are, you won't want him to want you anyway. If a man like Aries Spears was interested in me, it would mess up my self-esteem. Like I would have self-esteem issues if I knew someone that looked like Aries Spears wanted me. Dude, don't I don't want you to want me. I don't care how you feel like I don't care how you feel like I look with you looking like that. I don't care how you because I don't want you. So I'm glad that you're unattracted to me because it would really lower my self-esteem if you tried to holler at me. Cause I'd be feeling like, okay, I'm looking at you. You really think you got a shot? You really think you got a chance? You know what I'm saying? No. So for someone like Aries Spears to get up there and try and talk about that girl, it's just a laughable moment. I just sat and looked at Aries Spears and while he was talking, and I'd be looking at his pictures and I'd be laughing down. It's almost one of those things to where when you look at him, it's hard to even actually get offended by what it is that he said because he's so unattractive to where we don't even want you. You get what I'm saying? Like, baby, we don't even want you to want us. So gone on somewhere. And if I don't want no man, you sitting up here, you want to talk about a woman. One thing about a big woman, we could bend. A big man, he lose inches. So you the type of nigga that have to bend a bitch over and lift your stomach up and throw it on her ass in order to hit her from the back and hopefully some dick land. Don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody got time for that. You doing all that heavy breathing. You're sweating all on top of her. You sweating from dying brow all over her. Don't nobody have time for that. You're laying up with seat packs and everything, breathing heavy, snoring, jumping up out your sleep because you damn near died because you stopped breathing. Don't nobody got time for that. You want to wake a bitch up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to fix you a sandwich because you got an appetite all of a sudden that woke you up out of your sleep. Don't nobody got time for that. Shut your big ass up, sitting up here trying to talk about somebody else when she ain't did nothing. Now I'm all for it. I ain't got no problem with just because you big, just because you look a certain way, don't mean that you can't get off on somebody and you can't roast somebody. I ain't got no problem with that. But if the girl ain't doing nothing, what you talking about her for? Because the people asked you about music, nothing about how she looked. They didn't. I could see even if the dude would have asked Aries Spears smash or pass type of question. Look, comedy is comedy. We all make fun of each other or whatever, and people have their preferences, and we play that game smash or pass. If Aries Spears was asked, "Hey, Lizzo, smash or pass," and then he said pass, and then he went on to say what he said, okay, I could get him that because I ain't got nothing to do with how he feel like this girl look or how he think about her. But my only thing is it was unwarranted at that time. It just did not make sense. The math was not mathing. It didn't even go well in the flow of the conversation. It seemed forced. He knew he was saying something crazy in order to get a moment real quick. And he did that and he got dragged all on the internet and he got his ass on the internet deflecting and trying to blame it on other people when he could have just came on the internet and was just like, you know what, I'm sorry, I was just having fun, it wasn't that big of a deal or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you something. It's a difference between being comedic and being nasty. I don't care that somebody is a comedian. You're not at a show, you're not performing right now. You don't always have to be on. You know what I'm saying? Being a comedian is a job that you do. It's part of your personality. But at every moment, it's not time for comedic relief. It's not. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that people be trying to say, well, it's a comedian that said something. I don't give a damn if you didn't say that in if you weren't at your show and you was performing or something, and that was part of your routine and it meshed well in your routine, then why are you sitting up here poking fun of people? You're not getting paid for that right now. We don't need you on set right now talking about folks unnecessarily in that manner when the girl ain't did nothing. Go get away from me with that. Aries Spears. He got to do better. He definitely got to do better. Let me read some of these comments. Um, John Wesley said, "Cause they can't think of anything else. Cause you can't say that they're ugly." Yeah, and it's so unfortunate that how the world lives towards big people. We live in a very fat phobic society, and I don't really like to harp on it because I'm one of those people that I built myself up so much to shit don't bother me like that, right? But everybody else not built like me. It's one of these things where um it's one of those things where you have people who attack you and act like they're concerned about your health, yet they attacking you. You're not concerned about my health if you're attacking me. And Mr. Woodstock said Black people need to worry about diabetes and heart disease. That is the leading cause of death in our communities. Take that heat to the gym as well as staying out of Popeyes. We mad at Joe shaking my head. You look a little thick around the neck from this profile picture yourself, Mr. Woodstock. You know what I'm saying? You got some thickness around your neck yourself. My thing is to you, Mr. Woodstock, is this. Black people need to worry about a whole lot of things. The thing is that you being your individual self worrying about somebody else's health does what? Does what? You talking shit about people is not helping a person. What does that do? And that's the stigma. That's the stigma where people try to make it seem like being big means that you have diabetes and you have heart disease. Let me tell you something. One of the main people that got on here talking about women, talking about how women gonna die alone and all of that kind of stuff. The main person that used to get on here doing that, Kevin Samuels, guess what? He died of hypertension. And he wasn't big. And my thing is, y'all people don't, y'all niggas, people, period. Y'all don't talk about no health issues being associated with being big until y'all talking about a big woman. Because if it was a big Black man talking or whatever the case may be, y'all wouldn't have had nothing to say. That's the same reason why Aries Spears thought it was okay for him to get his big ass up on the internet, laying in the bed, talking about how yeah, he big, but we got to worry about high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. You're not making any sense when you sitting your big ass up there saying it, but that's how men are. That's how you funny looking men be that can't get no pussy if it was thrown to you. That's the way that y'all men be. Y'all sit up there and y'all do that, and y'all only do that to women. Cause that same man, that same big man, Aries Spears, he's sitting his ass up weighing just as much as Lizzo, talking about the problems in our community with diabetes and heart disease and all that as it is associated with being overweight. Let me tell you something. Health issues do not have any size. Yes, can being big or whatever contribute to some health issues? Is definitely can. But you're a damn fool to think that are the only people who get heart diseases or get diabetes or have hypertension or anything like that are big people. That's silly as hell. That's so silly. And y'all only use that in order to keep the stigma going. That's just a way. That's another one of those tired digs that y'all be pulling. That's another tired dig. Oh, you fat. Oh, you gonna have diabetes, or you gonna have hypertension, or you gonna have this, that, and the third. That's just part of that package of having a problem and hating fatting people. That's part of that package. All of that falls under that same umbrella. You have the same talking points. Y'all don't be worrying about no health concerns when y'all be running around there drinking Hennessy, pouring shots of Casamigos, smoking cigarettes or whatever the case may be, passing one blunt with 4-5 niggas or whatever with all kinds of COVID and monkeypox going on. Y'all do a lot of reckless shit. Y'all actually be out here eating raw ass, and y'all want to sit here and talk about some health issues when it's convenient. It's so much deadly things that we do and reckless things that we do here in our society. And the last thing you want to talk about is somebody weight when you want to talk about a health issue. I'm pretty sure everybody that's listening to this right now does something in their life that is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. So stop with the bullshit. Stop it. I ain't here for it. Going on with it. Health issues do exist, but all at the same time, y'all do all this, that, and the third, all the above. But then all of a sudden, oh, it's a health issue. The same person to be talking about a health issue be taking shots of Hennessy back. Talking about a health issue. And Mr. Wood Smoke, you look like you smoke Black and Milds any goddamn way. You shouldn't be on here talking about no health issues when you smoke Black and Milds all the way down to the tip. Please stop it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it was very unfortunate that Aries Spears had did that, but I'm gonna tell y'all something that was really dope. Lizzo didn't address it like she normally she normally would. I'm glad that Lizzo is getting to the point, and this is what I wanted from Lizzo. This is what I've always wanted for Lizzo. Be yourself. If you're really confident, be yourself. Get out there. Do whatever it is that you're doing if you're confident in doing it. You know it's going to come with some backlash. You know people going to be ignorant or whatever. If nothing else, if you're going to get back at them, if you're going to pull you a Cardi B and go live and cuss them out, do that. Don't cry, though. That's what I do not like. That's the reason why I don't like that Chloe Bailey. When she be doing that gimmicky stuff, and Lil Nas X and Lizzo when they do gimmicky stuff, if you gonna do it, stand on it. Do not cry. And I like the fact that Lizzo, she like, hey, I'm finna be in your face. That's what I want from her. As long as she do that, I'm good. She got up on that stage at the VMAs winning an award. Yes, God, winning an award. Damn good performance at the VMAs in a beautiful dress, looking good. And she got up there and she accepted her award. And she said that she was not going to address it. And she said, because she's winning, bitch. Yes, let's be very clear. Aries Spears, po broke ass, talking about that lady. He's sitting up on that podcast with his collar stressed out, looking like he just got chased down by the pit bull and jumped a couple of gates or whatever the case may be. He was looking tied in through on that podcast while you talking about somebody that's getting nominated back to back at the top of the charts out here winning. You hear me? And the only thing you can say is something negative about her and try and tear her down because of the fact that she's big. Whether she's big or not, you're still a loser. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? You're not booked and busy. And if you hadn't mentioned Lizzo, we wouldn't have even known nothing about this podcast you were sitting up there on, because ain't nobody interested in the Aries Spears. He needs to get himself together. And what he needs to do with all them dark marks on the side of his face is get him some apricot scrub and exfoliate his skin or something like that, because that's not what it is. You sitting up here looking like they want to talk about somebody. No, God. Health issues. Baby, health issues is written all over your face. Stop it. A lot of celebrities had came out in defense of Lizzo. And I'm going to tell you something that is interesting with us in our community. We'll know something that is wrong, but just because stigma is attached to it or we have some type of phobia, we'll know somebody's action is wrong. Aries Spears was dead wrong. And instead of It's not to deny. Here's the thing. It's not to deny that Lizzo is big. But why she gotta be talked about? Just why she gotta be talked about because she's big? Why she gotta be dragged because she's big? That shouldn't be the reason why she's getting dragged. You get what I'm saying? And you had people to try to make it seem like Aries Spears was right and tried to champion him because they was like, well, she is big though. Yeah, she's big, but what warranted the disrespect unnecessarily? He's not doing a show or anything. What warrant the disrespect? For what? And the thing is, like this Mr. Woodstock guy, whatever the case may be, try and make it seem like you have so much care, you have so much concern, but the only thing you do is talk negative about a person. This man, second or third time, all up on my videos with stupid shit to say. You get what I'm saying? Don't know me from a Pepsi can. But every time he watching me, he in the comments saying something crazy. For what? I ain't did nothing to you. What I eat don't make you shit. You get what I'm saying? But to be the very same one of acting like, oh, I'm so concerned, but you talking negatively. You're not concerned. And don't nobody want your concern. If your concern look like that, don't nobody want your concern. And these people are out here in the comment section trying to make it seem like, oh, well, it's just comedy. Miss me, okay? With the it's just comedy. He was not performing a show. It didn't even flow. It didn't make any sense. Miss me with the whole it's just comedy, whatever. And Mr. Woodstock talking about we mad at jokes. Yes, we are. Every joke ain't funny. That's what people got to understand. Every joke ain't funny. Everything, people be picking and choosing and deciding what they want to take offense to or whatever. We all know that it's certain jokes that are not funny. It's certain things that, regardless if you're a comedian or not, is distasteful and you shouldn't be getting up there saying it. But this man was not at work. He was on somebody's podcast being very nasty for absolutely no reason. So then guess what we got to do? We got to gather him. We got to get him right on together. We got to bring him on back home. And like I said, I hate to go in on Aries Spears because he dead ass was one of my favorite comedians. You know what I'm saying? I like his little laugh and everything like that. Yeah. And he done got to this point. I'm finna tell you something. This finna trip y'all out now since I'm thinking about it. And I'm finna go ahead and get off here because I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Now since I'm thinking about it, quiet as it's kept, it's giving he trying to pull a Corey Holcomb. It's given that. You know how Corey Holcomb, we already know Corey Holcomb, he a fool. He gonna say anything or whatever, but he knows how to say it to where it's funny. His timing is good. Part of being a comedian is having some good timing. And he be in that space to have the conversation. Corey Holcomb be saying some old crazy stuff all the time or whatever the case may be. I don't mind offensive comedy. It don't bother me. I don't mind dark humor. It doesn't bother me. It's just the fact that this man is not at work. And he tried to pull a Corey Holcomb. That's what he did. I really do feel like that. And it just didn't work out for him. John Wesby say, even if he was doing the show, if she haven't done anything within the past months, why talk about her? All she doing is music now, so stick with the music. Exactly. That's my whole thing. You know, because you watch me all the time, and I definitely thank you for your support. You know, I would drag Lizzo for fifth. I really will. I would drag her for fifth. I had people in the comment section that handle me the same way I'm handling Aries Spears that was like, how you sitting up here talking about Lizzo and you big too. What people don't understand is this. For some reason, the only thing that stick out to them about Lizzo is that she's big. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like every time, if you have a problem with Lizzo, the reason why you have a problem with Lizzo is because she's big. So that's what people think. So if you say something about her, people will be in the comment sections you're talking about her weight when you ain't even saying nothing about her weight. You're saying something about what she's doing. And I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a buck. You know, we're not all created equal like one would like to believe. It is some things that are limited to certain people of certain body types and everything. Not that you have to be limited to it, but certain things are just not becoming on every single body type. You get what I'm saying? So we have to be real with ourselves when it comes to that. We cannot sit up here and say that in the past, the things that Lizzo have done, there were things that were becoming and made her look good. It didn't matter the size. When she went to that game with that t-shirt with the bamboo shorts, so I don't know if it even was shorts, but it had the ass cut out. What her size got to do with it? Her size didn't have nothing to do with the issue I had with it. It was the fact that why are you at a basketball game like this, sitting on these seats like this? You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. But if you say something about it, people, oh, you a fat girl talking about a fat girl. No, I'm not. I'm a fat girl talking about a girl. We ain't even got to use the adjectives. I'm talking about this girl or this woman rather that is doing something that is just ridiculous regardless of size. Same thing when she was out there in that park with children around or whatever in the jersey dress that really wasn't a dress and it had her whole butt out. I don't want to see nobody of any size doing that. It's a time and place. When Lizzo be out on the beach or in her house or you know what I'm saying, whatever she doing, hanging out with her friends or whatever, she got on her two pieces, every roll, every piece of cellulite out or whatever. I have absolutely no issue with that. It's the time and the place. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. If she go to one of these award shows and she's, letting things hang out and one of those award shows that be set up like that, that's absolutely cool. It's the time and it's the space for that. But you also want to wear something that makes you look good. For instance, she was fully covered at the VMAs on the red carpet, but her dress went all the way out to her and it looked like it was garbage bags and her head poking out. So she looked like a volcano erupting. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with her size. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just not becoming. She was fully covered, but it still didn't look good. So it's about the aesthetic. It's about making it look good. It ain't got nothing to do with the size. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to cover everything up because she had everything covered up and looked a mess in that outfit. But then when she put on that outfit to to accept her award or whatever, she had on a dress showing skin, very sexy dress with the pointed the breast part sticking out or whatever. All that with the cones over her breast, all that stuff. It was a very sexy dress. But her she was showing skin. She was giving life. It was a nice outfit. And so it looked good regardless of, I've seen Lizzo in outfits showing her skin and she looked damn good in it because the outfit is becoming. It's just about how you rock what you rock. It ain't got nothing to do with your size. You know what I'm saying? So when people be coming at somebody and be like, oh, you saying this about her because of her size? No, I'm not. Chloe Bailey get on my nerves, and she has the body that one considers the desirable body or whatever that's supposed to be whatever quote unquote the standard. She get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? She do too much. Lil Nas X, he got a very nice body. He do too much. You get what I'm saying? So it's not when I say something about her, it ain't got nothing to do with her size. I don't even trip off that because one thing for sure, bad built people come in all different shapes and sizes. Because I know a lot of small people that's built real bad. You got a lot of small people that's built like a tube of toothpaste that been squeezed in the middle. So it ain't got nothing to do with nobody's size. Let's keep it a book. But Aries Spears was dead wrong. I'm glad he done got dragged for filth. He got his little 10-15 minutes of fame. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm happy for Lizzo doing her thing. And this is another thing that I want to say before I get off here. Y'all gotta quit acting like that a black person or anybody, a fat person's existence is promoting something. Y'all make it seem like because this girl is big and she say she love herself, and she's confident in her skin. She say she confident in her skin. The only thing she does is exist. And y'all will sit up here and say she promote obesity. How is she promoting obesity? So a fat person existence is a promotion of obesity. So fat people supposed to be at home crying sad. See, what y'all want is for a person to be hurt and in dismay about their situation, about their circumstances, about how they look or whatever. A lot of big people are some of the most confident people that you'll ever want to meet, because we went through a lot of shit. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is people be like, oh, she's promoting obesity. I haven't seen Lizzo on one who promotes obesity. I have never seen anything about obesity being promoted. Never seen anything like that. Ain't nobody endorsing no pills or whatever to help people gain weight or anything like that. Y'all be talking out the side of y'all neck. It's just the fact that y'all got a problem with her existence. And y'all feel like she should go into hiding and she shouldn't live out loud and in color like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? She ought to be ashamed of herself. That's what that is. Quit talking about, oh, she promoting obesity. Don't nobody promoting obesity. Well, as quiet as a kept, don't nobody want to be fat. Don't nobody honestly want to be fat. You get what I'm saying? Once you get a certain size, that shit get hard to get heavy. It's a lot to carry around. Then you got to deal with people in the world with something to say or whatever. Nobody sits up and just be like, hey, you know what? I want to be fat one day. Nobody does that. So talking about somebody promote obesity or whatever, that's some silly shit to say. But people get on the internet, they'll say anything. But to be honest with you, the same people that get on the internet say all of this stupid stuff will be the same people meet Lizzo and be trying to take a picture with her and be like, oh my God, I met Lizzo. Definitely not going to have that same energy or anything like that. But anyway, I'm proud of Lizzo doing her thing or whatever. I'm glad she has simmered down with all the antics, got into her music, getting into her bag. Her last album, Special, I think that's the name of it, Zero Skips. Fire. Fire. I love it. I'm here for it. Fire album. She's really an artist for real. So shout out to her for that. If I'm not mistaken, she done recently got engaged. Shout out to her for that or whatever. Like, at some point, we just got to do a better job with dealing with each other, because, yeah, we're not going to always get along. Yeah, we're going to talk crap about each other. We're going to poke fun at each other, whatever. But just being downright nasty when it's actually uncalled for, you have no reason to do it while you're doing it. You ain't what we doing here. And stuff like that is why you have a lot of marginalized groups that disassociate themselves with like the masses in the general public, and they do their own thing. But then the same people that talk about, you marginalize these people, you talk about these people, then when they band together and they get things accomplished or whatever, they make movements for themselves. Y'all on the outside looking in mad, but y'all push them to the side. And then when something happens to you, okay, you want everybody to be of concern. You know, that's not right. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Leave that girl alone. She ain't doing nothing wild and crazy out here in these streets. Leave her alone. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Wood Smoke, again to look at my fat ass. I definitely appreciate the view. Make sure you share it. Anyway, so every Monday I'm on a hip hop podcast. If y'all love hip hop, all things hip hop, past and present, definitely check the description box of this video. There's a link to the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I'm on there every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We had a fire show, y'all, yesterday, talking about culture vultures. And it's so crazy that Fat Joe started trending because he was saying that the Latinos and the blacks, they actually have a 50-50, like it's a 50-50 divide as far as the contribution to hip hop amongst the blacks and the Latinos. So that's very interesting. But we had the in-depth conversation yesterday on culture vultures and who is a culture vulture. We defined it and everything like that. It was a really dope show. We have really good guests on there, or whatnot. If you're an artist, if you got something going on, if you're a producer, anything in hip hop, if you do anything in entertainment regarding hip hop, hit me up at Desta Deasia. No, go to the hip hop school past and present at gmail.com. Hit us up over there because we could bring y'all on as a guest or whatever. But it's a dope show. So make sure you hit that link, subscribe to that as well. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.